Closed captioning is brought to you by IT&E Life in Motion. KUAM News Headlines is presented by Calvo's Insurance, a legacy of trust. Serving Micronesia since 1938. Matson Navigation, serving Guam and Micronesia for 20 years. Cars Plus, Dodge Challenger, the undisputed champion. IP&E, fueling excellence. McDonald's of Guam, I'm loving it. And King's Restaurant, located in Tamuning and Dededo. Always open, always local.
Coming up in your primetime news, DepCorps releases the findings of its investigation into the March assault of a detainee in the maximum security unit.
The Education Board looking into the possibility of declaring an emergency for Simon Sanchez High School.
And also tonight, marathon hearings underway tonight on the governor's $75 million tax refund plan. Good evening, everybody, and Hafa if you're joining us live on KUAM TV8, streaming us on Facebook Live, or watching the Inside the Studio version on Instagram Live. We thank you so much for watching us this evening, because some of the findings are now in, my friends, as investigators spent more than a month looking into a very serious attack on a detainee at the prison's maximum security unit.
KUAM was first to break that story, and with the very latest is our Nick Delgado.
On duty and now put on notice.
A thorough internal affairs administrative investigation by the Department of Corrections to see if standard operating procedures and protocols were violated has been conducted, and over 20 individuals were interviewed. After extensive review of all findings, 4 corrections officers will be served a notice of proposed adverse action.
The 4 corrections officers include those assigned to Post 6 and even the administrative staff working the day detainee Justin Meno was brutally beaten. The officers now have 10 days from today to respond to the proposed adverse action.
At that point, we make a decision to issue or serve a final adverse action or not.
As we first reported back on March 29th, the Manila prison was put on lockdown after Meno was found bloody and beaten inside the special housing unit yard area. It's the area where only 1 inmate or detainee is allowed at a time. Meno, who is in stable condition at GMH, is being held on charges of robbery, assault, and guilt established by complicity. And since March's attack, the department has since stepped up its security over at the Max unit, putting its special operations team in charge. GPD's Criminal Investigation Section continues looking into how this all went down. DepCorps Director Tony Lamorena admitting the road leading up to his decision hasn't been easy.
Sad, obviously. I mean, we hold our officers to the highest regard.
Not just punish. I mean, everyone should pay for the mistakes, you know. They nearly killed him.
While it could be another couple of weeks before the final result of the proposed adverse action is made public, Meno's dad, Jose Gumataucho, spoke with KUAM today from his home in Washington, expressing his continued frustration over how the attack could happen in the first place.
Everyone makes mistakes, but what they did, I think they should be, I don't know, more than a punish. I mean, they gotta go to jail.
Additionally, Lamorena confirms the officer attacked earlier this week by Justin's brother Joshua inside the Post 2 unit is not among the 4 facing proposed adverse action. For his safety, the department immediately moved Joshua to the Post 2 unit after his brother was beat down. Meantime, Lamorena says his officers are now ready to move forward.
Regardless of what is happening today, the officers at the Department of Corrections stand proud and work diligently every day to ensure the protection of everyone.
Reporting for Guam's News Network, Guahusi Nick Delgado.
In other island news headlines, he's coming clean. Just weeks out from sentencing for drug charges, and defendant Vincent John Quirigua tells authorities that he's still a user. Now, more shocking is that authorities are not asking for additional penalties, as Crystal Paco explains in our next report.
As recent as last week, drug defendant Vincent John Quirigua says he used both marijuana and methamphetamine. He came clean on Monday during an interview with the U.S. Probation Office in preparation for his sentencing in July. More shocking is authorities aren't asking the court for additional penalties. In fact, their information report filed this week was merely to notice the court of the violation and specifically states no action is being requested. Probation does note that Quirigua has stated he will refrain from further use of illicit substances, but we should note this is his second violation. The first violation was made just months after his initial arrest last year when he tested positive for ice. Again, no action was taken as months later he ultimately pleaded guilty to 2 counts of drug user in possession of firearms. As reported, it's Quirigua's green thumb that put him in the red with the feds. Last year, the Drug Enforcement Administration and Homeland Security discovered a marijuana grow operation in 2 PD homes tied to Quirigua. They found 121 marijuana plants, 75 gross grams of methamphetamine, a handful of firearms, hundreds of rounds of ammo, and a large sum of money. KUAM files show he told authorities his marijuana grow operation was in anticipation of being a licensed grower of marijuana. KUAM files show Quirigua was a teacher at Jose Rios Middle School in PD, but is no longer employed with the Department of Education. Quirigua's next court appearance is his sentencing, set for July 6th. Reporting for Guam's News Network, I'm Crystal Paco.
The controversy at the Guam Regional Transit Authority has gone into overdrive. Executive Director Rick Augustine accuses the board secretary, Ginger Porter, of suffering from memory lapses. Porter, as reported, was asked to step down by the governor's chief of staff because she was contracted to conduct training with the company that's contracted with GRTA to provide busing services. Adelup maintains that is a conflict of interest. Porter, however, responded no one ever said anything. She contends she was asked to step down out of retaliation for pointing out discrepancies with billing. She also accused GRTA of not following through on reporting the discrepancies to the AG's office. St. Augustine says even before she raised concerns in December 2015, he requested both a financial audit and performance audit of his agency. He also accused her of having a habit of micromanaging his agency long before he was hired. He alleges 2 previous interim executive managers had numerous frustrating encounters with her.
Meanwhile, Bree, the bus company accused of overbilling the Regional Transit Authority, flatly denies the charges. Kloppenberg Enterprises says it has nothing to hide and is speaking out to clear its name. Nestor Lecanto has more.
The allegations of improper billings raised by GRTA board member Ginger Porter are completely false, say Kloppenberg officials. Vice President Brad Kloppenberg says they work closely with GRTA management and do not invoice for breakdowns or breaks in service, as Porter has alleged.
If these were legitimate concerns, how come they were never raised to us before? Nobody at GRTA that we work with on a daily basis has ever indicated to us that there's an issue.
President Bruce Kloppenberg says Porter's claims that they shouldn't be charging for time before and after rider pickups is also misguided.
If we have to do our first pickup in Mauricio, she expects us to drive all the way down there, pick up that person, start charging right then. That's not how it works in our industry. We're using fuel, we're paying drivers.
They know exactly how we bill. It's no secret. They're aware of it. They understand it.
As to calls for an audit by Legislative Oversight Chair Senator Frank Uggan Jr., Kloppenberg says they have no objections. They say Porter has been overstepping her role. The board is supposed to set policy and let management carry it out.
It's always been a problem with her. Ginger has always gone to our drivers, or gone to Judy, gone direct to staff. That's GRTA's executive director's job. And that's who we address our issues with. We don't go to Ginger, and we don't appreciate it when Ginger comes to us.
For Guam's News Network, I'm Nestor Lecanto.
Thanks, Nestor. Concerns over the future of Simon Sanchez High School are at a new high, as the Guam Education Board is considering requesting an emergency declaration, just as community frustrations peak with plans for upcoming protests.
It's our next story, and it is with Isa Baza.
Out of the frying pan into the fire. While community voices were heard last week against plans to turn Simon Sanchez High School into a charter school, frustrations are now boiling over about the lengthy procurement process and continual protests by Cortec International.
We're not sitting here and saying, Tom, Cortec, you can drop dead. They're the ones stopping this construction.
The kids were crying, the parents, the staff, they just can't take it anymore.
These concerns came out of a town hall meeting to discuss a proposed bill to convert the school into a charter school and speed up its renovation. When that failed, Superintendent John Fernandez and Guam Education Board members met Thursday to discuss a $1 million plan to keep the dilapidated campus afloat for the next 2 years.
Including full renovation of the temporary classrooms. There are about 9 of them that need to be renovated, including some modification to the existing concrete buildings to open up classroom space, to do painting and to address a host of other issues that have been repeated violations as documented by the Department of Public Health.
Fernandez said while some proposed projects are in-house, others would require procurement. Because of this, GEB discussed the option of requesting an emergency declaration.
To declare an emergency that would allow us to move more quickly through the procurement process to make those fixes as soon as possible. So that was just an option that was being discussed. Whether or not the board decides to approach the governor, I think that will depend on whether or not resources are found to support our effort.
Meanwhile, Jigo Mayor Rudy Matanani said the community is taking action. He said a petition is now circulating urging the public auditor to reject the latest appeal by Cortec International. The petition accuses the company of, quote, holding the students, teachers, staff, and parents of Simon Sanchez hostage, and has garnered roughly 400 signatures.
I believe that they were changing everything. And you know, that's kind of funny that they're listening to Cortec, one company that's going to be bidding, and they're listening to them. That's kind of odd.
In addition to the petition, Mayor Matanani said he's working with school administration to plan a protest next week. Reporting for Guam's News Network, I'm Isa Baza.
Please stay tuned, everybody. It's time for a commercial break, but Prime Time continues right here on KUAM.
There are more ways to experience KUAM News than any other source on Guam. Download the KUAM News app for your Apple or Android device for 24/7 news, sports, videos, weather, streaming, KUAM radio, and important news alerts. And stay connected at home with Guam's first app for Apple TV. All available now from the App Store.
Have you gotten paid yet? That's the premium automatic insurance deduction plan from Calvo's Insurance. Paid simplifies your home and auto insurance. No down payment. No more long lines. And you can stretch your payments up to 12 months. Paid is convenient. It deducts from your payroll, your checking account, or your credit card. With Paid, you get up to 65% off your car insurance and enjoy lifestyle club discounts. Life can be easier when you get paid.
Call Calvo's Insurance today and save on your home and auto insurance.
Celebrate at IT&E. Pick up the new Samsung Galaxy S8 and get double data.
Is your old ride letting you down? Then play Micronesia Mall's Ride-Away Flyaway game and win 3 rides from Triple J Auto Group, plus 30 flyaways to Manila on Philippine Airlines. Just present mall receipts to enter and win the 2017 Kia Soul, the 2017 Mazda 3 Sport, the 2017 Kia Forte, and instant prizes from Burger King and Foot Locker. Shop and win more cars, trips, and prizes when you play Micronesia Mall's Ride-Away Flyaway game.
Chuck E. Cheese's Guam is not all fun and games. Our pizza is delicious with the freshest toppings, oven-baked to order. Try the fresh salad bar, sandwiches, and don't forget our mouth-watering wings. Come and eat at Chuck E. Cheese's Guam.
The Down Syndrome Association of Guam exists to support families of individuals with Down syndrome. We're a group of parents who have children with Down syndrome and know the joys and challenges of raising them. For more information about the health, development, and education of a child or adult with Down syndrome, please contact Vicky Ariola at 472-6114.
Connect with KUAM News. Find us on your favorite social media platform. Follow us and stay in the know with Guam's news leader.
Bye-bye. Hafa and welcome back to the show, everybody. The third and final public hearing on the governor's tax revenue anticipation note is underway. Adeloop's looking to obtain a $75 million line of credit to speed up the payment of tax refunds. Now, the TRAN, as it's known, is issued by states or municipalities to finance current operations before tax revenues are received. When the issuer collects the taxes, the proceeds are then used to retire debt.
But the reality is that the law says that you're supposed to be depositing a percentage of the tax revenue and you're not.
The law also says that we have to pay our employees on time. Your budget law says that I have to make allocations to all these different agencies. So all these laws are competing for the very same resources.
And so now you're asking us to add another law on top of that to do a balloon payment on the cash advance.
What we're asking is to help our people get their money in advance.
Vice Speaker Therese Terlahi, meanwhile, is looking for something to be added into the bill to show a good faith permanent solution to paying out tax refunds. The $26 million submarine cable project by Docomo Pacific called ATISA is nearing completion. The company gave a tour of the vessel that will be laying the telecommunication cable between Guam and the Northern Marianas over the next few weeks. Project manager Liza Ballon says it will provide a big boost for telecommunications, especially in the CNMI.
There's the undersea cable portion, but beyond that, it gives us the opportunity as well to build up our network. So ATISA is what kind of gives us the chance to build our network in the CNMI where we don't have as many products and services as we do in Guam. We're now going to be able to deliver that and make it very affordable for the residents out there. And then you've got, like, I don't know, maybe 8 or 10 guys down
Docomo has contracted the Korea-based cable-laying ship responder and technicians for NEC to assist with the project. The company is targeting a turnover date in early July. The Affordable Care Act, or Obamacare, could be repealed in the very near future. In the nation's capital today, H.R. 1628 barely cleared the House. Reacting, Congresswoman Madeline Bordallo says it's particularly concerning to the island because the measure does nothing to address the unique health challenges in the territories and does not include important provisions that would make health care more affordable and accessible. Public Health Director James Gillen.
They're going to keep chipping away at this somehow. Of course, most of the Affordable Care Act doesn't apply to Guam anyway. Okay, we have no health insurance exchange because we can't afford it. It would have cost us roughly $75 million a year in tax credits.
Bordallo says the Affordable Care Act is not perfect, but we should work to improve it in a way that advances health care for all Americans. She adds the bill that cleared the House doesn't do that and encourages the Senate to defeat it.
The Guam Memorial Hospital, in other news, continues to struggle to pay its bills. While the hospital received a clean audit from the OPA this month, operating losses and expenses continue to climb. Yet CFO Benita Manglonia said the hospital is, in fact, making progress.
We generated $12 million more in net operating revenue than we did the year before, and that's a significant improvement despite the decline in census.
Despite this, the hospital continues to operate at a loss.
For the operation, and it doesn't address the fact that it needs capital improvements.
She said hospital leadership continues work with staff, lawmakers, and the administration to address its many financial challenges.
Relive the magic of the 12th Festival of Pacific Arts through a new book by Pulitzer Prize-winning photojournalist Manny Crisostomo. The book, titled Journey to the Heart, launches at the Guam Museum this evening.
And so that's that, one of my favorites from the opening, and then at the closing. I was at FestPac last year, and I was there as a diaspora delegate, and I had an incredible time. I just felt that sense of camaraderie with our Oceania brothers and sisters, and I just kept shooting, I kept enjoying it.
The book represents not only sights from FestPac, but also his personal journey back to the island.
It also refers to me doing what I call my pilgrimage to return to black and white photography, which is how I started, and I really love and I really miss performance.
During FestPac, Crisostomo estimates he took 50,000 photos, 180 of which are included in the book and 38 of which are on display at the Guam Museum until the 12th. A book signing is scheduled for tonight from 6 to 9 p.m.
We're back after this. Stay tuned.
How can a modern family save money when companies ding you with surprise charges? I mean, seriously, data caps on home internet? I hate to be the bad guy here, but somebody has to keep us from busting our monthly data limit. Sorry, honey, we're out of data. But I'll tell you the ending. Plan dies. My family just wants to enjoy the internet on their schedules. Why does this have to be such a hassle?
Really, Mom? It's an online class. I need the internet to graduate.
Then go to the library. They have free internet, right?
This is so unfair.
My thoughts exactly.
Just a few more minutes, please.
I really don't want to nag, but money doesn't grow on... There's got to be a better way.
Free yourself. Switch to GTA Home Internet today. Truly unlimited with no data caps or additional usage fees.
GU Self-Storage, Guam's newest and largest storage facility with the island's largest variety of storage unit sizes to meet customer demands. Our facility applies the most advanced access and security surveillance system, including the state-of-the-art Easy Code phone app. Keep what's important to you safe and secure with fully covered loading and unloading area in a fully climate-controlled facility. We offer professional packing, pickup, and delivery of your storage items and complimentary use of hand truck, appliance dollies, and pallet jacks, and offer ADA accessible units. For our customer convenience, we offer access to our on-site business center, conference room, and mail hub services. Call our friendly and professional management team at 648-7867 to learn more about our flexible month-to-month lease options with best rates starting as low as $50. GU Self-Storage, located next to McDonald's in Harmon, the old GPA building.
Y'all think the key to success is hard work or learning? Wrong. Success isn't earned, it's eaten. And nothing says success like gold. The new, delicious KFC Georgia Gold Chicken with its tangy honey mustard barbecue taste that says, hey world, I eat gold. New KFC Georgia Gold. It's finger-licking gold.
From the moment you see it, it commands your respect. You can feel its immense power. The only way to master it is to venture inside. Go ahead, dive in. The GMC Sierra. We are professional grade. Step up to GMC and get nearly $9,500 total value on select specially equipped 2017 Sierra Crew Cab SLT vehicles in stock.
KUAM Sports is presented by Triple J.
Day, Guam, Chris Barnett, Friday, woohoo, business! Yes, GMIF weekend, there you go. Say it with me, GMIF weekend down to the Chamorro Village. Hey, let's get right to sports. You know how we do every Friday? We kick it off with our Del Rentone Athlete of the Week. Friday, woohoo, business! Here at Del Rentone in Mungie Town, Mangilau, switching it up a little bit. And before he gets our Athlete of the Week here, Gloria, tell us a little bit about the specials going on.
We got our 0 down on sofas, and we also have some Mother's Day specials on purses. Come on down to our Mangilau store and see us for more details.
Well, there you go. You get your Mother's Day purse. Make sure you put some money in there. And now on to our Athlete of the Week, Richard Wendon. Richard is an amazing little motocross and multi-sport athlete. Congratulations, Richard.
Thanks.
All right, and Gloria with a special message for Richard.
Congratulations for being Del Rentone's Athlete of the Week. Who would you like to donate your check to?
GERMAC.
All right, and that's an acronym, a long one. So you brought your sister, Mariana. What does the GERMAC stand for?
Guam International Raceway Motorcycle and ATV Club.
All right, so you're a pretty awesome motocross rider. You're going to represent the island in Las Vegas. Tell us, how'd you get into riding?